audio on demand from Vision Christian Media.
Exploring faith and the future. Neil Johnson and Bible teacher Dr. Camille Majdali.
We're talking about something very unique, something you might not have heard talked about much, the power of biblical meekness. So if you want to be on this journey of being meek, as you've described, Camille, like Jesus, like Moses, like Isaac, how do you get on to that road towards meekness?
The road to meekness begins with, first of all, hearing and doing the will of God, hearing and doing God's will by grace and faith, and just keep on doing the will of God despite criticism, opposition, rejection, misunderstanding, because it's in that third category of persistence despite opposition where meekness really comes to play. And that's certainly what happened with Isaac. I said that Genesis 26 and Isaac is a sterling example of biblical meekness and inheriting the earth. Remember, in summary, Canaan was in famine. It's the promised land that Isaac's to inherit. He wanted to go to Egypt because that was the good idea. But the Lord had other ideas. He said, stay put, and I will bless you in this land despite drought and famine. So Isaac chose to wisely endeavor to do the God idea rather than the good idea. He stayed put. He sowed in the land, reaped 100-fold. He became great. He had flocks. He had herds. The Philistines envied him. They ejected him, but he still continued to do what God called him to do. Now that's power in my estimation. What happens after that is he's digging wells, just like his father Abraham did. Now, a well wasn't only for gaining water. A well was for also laying a stake or claim to land. And it's interesting, the Philistines filled up some of Abraham's wells. So Isaac simply redug them. What happens next is they steal the wells. They say, these wells belong to us. Now, Isaac could have got into a fisticuff over it, but he chose to stay in the spirit of meekness because he rightly understood that if he starts fighting over the wells, he'll have less wells to his count than if he just keeps digging. So he didn't engage with his enemy. He didn't put on the boxing gloves. He didn't fight for his rights. He simply kept digging more wells. He let him have them. That's right. Plenty of land, plenty of wells. And it led him to a wonderful place called Rehoboth. Rehoboth is the roadhouse on the journey to meekness. It's where you stop temporarily because as you read in Genesis chapter 26 and verse 22, Rehoboth is a place of water. And Isaac needed it. That's why he dug wells. It's a place of room, plenty of room for him and the others. It's a place of fruitfulness, and we all want to be fruitful, and God wants us to be as well. And it's a place of no strife. It's peaceful. It's a Philistine-free zone.
So is it a place of refreshing, a place of refueling, like the roadhouse or like the service centre, like the place where on your journey there is an opportunity to reset? Is it something along those lines?
Exactly. It's along those lines. It's a place to have a reprieve from the normal routine as well as the pressures of the opposition so that you can basically have a Sabbath rest, renew and recharge, and be ready for the road ahead as you seek to inherit the earth.
Faith and the future with Neil Johnson and Dr. Camille Majdali from Teach All Nations. Find articles, videos and podcasts from Dr. Camille, plus today's and other episodes of Faith and the Future in the Vision app or at vision.org.au.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.